Hello, welcome back to Kirk's Bees, home of Jack's Honey. I'm Kirk, and today we're going to be looking at some new equipment that I just got. Some people, mostly beekeepers that's been doing it for a while, knows exactly what this is. This is the Everything Bee Vac, and I've already done a little bit of testing with it, but we're going to just take a look at it and its components, see what it has to offer. So let's just start out with the basics. Comes it with charging cable. You can run the vacuum with it plugged in, but it's not really all that recommended. It does come unassembled, which is basically your basic components. You got your motor lid, your speed control, your backpack assembly, your hose, and the nozzle, and then the charger. It's not that difficult. They do recommend that it is for experienced beekeepers. Once again, I'm not experienced, but I'm doing it anyways. It's not all that complicated. I will say I've been reading a lot of directions here lately. These directions right here, I'm going to tell you right now, these are easy to read, nice sized font and print, laid out, very specific, everything's in there. They did a phenomenal job. None of this, oh, we'll just kind of put the important parts in and you just have to figure out the rest. So, it's not all that heavy. They said it's 7 pounds, and I will say it's about that. It feels between 7 and 10 pounds. So you can wear it as a backpack. Nice, easy clip-on. The other thing I like about this backpack is, one, you have a D-ring hook. You can put something up there. And then it also has the snap releases on each of these. So it can come straight out the back and you don't have to worry about getting your arms out, especially if they're all sticky with honey, everything like that. It also comes with this nice little pouch and a hook if you want to hang your B-Vac. I love that idea. I thought that was absolutely great. And that is adjustable, by the way. Okay. It is secured using 2 Velcro straps. It comes with an extension for this top one because it was a little bit too small, but the extension wrapped right around. Let's look at the hose. This is actually rubber right here, and it expands to accommodate the parts and both up to the bucket itself and for the attachment. You can run it with the attachment or without. The hose, while it is rippled out here, it is very, very smooth on the inside, so it does not hurt the bees. That is important. It's not a normal shop vac hose. Now the difference between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2, primary thing, the reason what I decided was this gate. When you remove this this nozzle, which just pulls out, you close this gate, has holes in here for ventilation, keeps the bees in the bucket, and then you can put your hose up. Absolutely love that feature. It is worth getting the Gen 2. Moving up top, the little decal labels. You got 2 ports over here. You got one for the charger over on this side, and one for the remote plug right here. Here's what I love about this remote plug, and I'll tell you what it is. You can move this where you need it. This right here is the on and off switch and the speed control all in one. They have a nice clip here, so you can clip it onto your shirt, onto You put it on your ladder. It's wherever it's convenient for you, and I love how they did that. It clicks on, and there's some light indicators right here, and green, good charge, yellow, medium, red, there's 10% or less of your battery. It tells you, have a really nice indicator of the system letting you know how much power you have, because this vacuum, unlike all the others, you do not have to carry your generator around and or look for a place to plug in at. And bees don't need electricity, so that poses a big problem for beekeepers doing removals. This battery is rechargeable. It's built right into the Everything Bee Vac, which is really great. But this year's speed control, and you'll notice something. That's its lowest setting, which is good for ventilation. If you got bees in it, you just let it ventilate all the way back to the bee yard. It will last for hours. Then I'm gonna turn it up to full power. Now you'll notice you can still hear me over the B-Vac. This B-Vac is not loud. It's actually extremely quiet. If you choose a shop vac motor, it's going to be easily 10 times louder than this vacuum. So you're not going to disturb anybody while you're doing your B-Vac either. That's another good thing, and it doesn't have it really doesn't have that much vibration, to be honest. It's very, very minimal, which the bees will be very, very happy, and it's not going to stir them up near as much. So I think that's also a very, very important thing to mention, even though I've never heard anybody else talk about the vibration from the vacuum. This is where your motor is. There's your exit for the air. Here's your intake. It's covered with screen also, and very well sealed. Keep the bees out of it so you don't end up damaging and hurting your bees. This is where your weight is, right here, because I can tell the motor's over here, the battery's over here. A lot of the parts, they look like they're just homemade parts that we've dealt with, like honey bucket parts and stuff. And I'd say it's made old school, which is great, solving a lot of problems for beekeepers. They didn't go for cheap on these. They went for quality. I admire that, and I like that. So they got two knobs in here for your basket. There's a screen in here. It is covered in plastic on both sides. It's sandwiched, which protects that screen from getting damaged. So you can take the motor off, and it has a felt liner in here that this sits into, just to seal it up and still allow more ventilation, which is absolutely awesome. So you can have this in here, and you have this set in there, and then what you do is they tell you to get a piece of wood the size of the top of your box, and then you cut a hole in it, and then what you'll do is you'll leave that screen in there, flip it upside down, and then take your hand down and drop it, and all the bees go in your box. After you got your bucket in, after you got the vac empty, you can leave the screen in there, because with the deluxe one, they give you two. If you really want to do that, I don't know whether I'm going to do that or not. I may just shake the bees off into the hive and be done with it. But that is an option. I like how they gave you options there. In all B-Vacs, what you really want is something for the bees to sit on. You don't want them just clustered up in a ball someplace, because then it starts causing problems, and they'll cluster up to the intake of the motor, and you'll end up with plugs. If they end up doing that anyways, you just shake them down, set the bucket down, they drop back down. But they gave them something, instead of frames to sit on, they gave them something else to sit on. Ingenious chicken wire. and they just rolled a couple of rolls around of chicken wire, and the bees can climb on it, stay on it. That keeps them from clustering up, because clustered bees create a lot of heat, and they will overheat if they stay in a cluster inside your vac. So you want to spread them out, and that chicken wire is exactly what that does. It spreads them out, and they'll cover the outer walls, the bottom, and then they'll go up, and it keeps them from clustering. So I have to say, I'm impressed with this B-Vac, and I will use it. In case you haven't noticed, I'm trying things out. Yeah, I ordered one, so I hope it looks okay. We'll see how it washes and stuff. Yeah, I don't want to put anything out that's not gonna last and be good quality, so gotta test it out. Well, thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that bell, hit the subscribe, hit that like. Until next time, we'll see you later.